And now, it's time to go in the garage with Bodie Stroud.
Welcome, everybody, to In the Garage. I'm Bodie Stroud, and these two are my trusty sidekicks.
Really? Wow.
Right.
Thank
Look
you.
at she's all excited. Mitchell's all, yeah, whatever, dude.
He's
Sorry,
all, I
I had to
know.
mix it up a little bit there. You can't just come in with the same thing every day, right?
That's right.
Okay, yeah, cool. So how's everybody doing today?
Doing good. Today's the first day of April.
Oh, yes.
Or is it?
It is.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I have some bad news for everybody today. This will officially be the last radio show that we're doing. Look at Eric. April Fool's, dude.
Right?
Come on.
I was
He's
waiting
like,
for it.
I did it good, right?
Yeah. Kind of.
Well,
No, I knew it was coming because I'm trying to
okay.
figure out a way to get a good April Fool's prank on you, and I just,
no, it ain't going to happen.
I don't know. I
Because
can't.
I'm not going to care either way about anything.
Oh, I'm sure. My mom got me good this morning.
Did she?
Yeah, she's bumping the radio, cleaning at like 6 in the morning. I don't know why. And she's like, "Oh my God, where's your car?" And I was like, "It should be in the front." Why? She's like, "Your dad just pulled up and took your spot. I don't know where your car is."
Ah.
And I'm like, "Oh my God, seriously?" So I go to the front, I open the door, and it's right there. She's like,
Yeah.
"April Fools." I was like, "It's too
You
early
should have
for
known
this.
better.
You
Who
got
would-
me."
You should have known. Who would want that car? Come on.
Whatever. I just got it tinted and
Oh, that's great.
I'm trying to make it look nice.
Okay. You probably leave the keys in it at night, right?
No,
Okay.
no,
It's probably safe, too.
probably.
Ah, shoot. Just don't let your insurance company find out.
Okay.
That's all. But, yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Did a show last night with Matt Farah and the Smoking Tire. So I was there doing their show last night. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What'd you guys talk about?
Cars and other stuff. You know, it was crazy because we did it kind of late at night, so I was burned out. It had been a long day, and I hit a wall. And some of the questions they asked, I thought about it afterwards. I'm just like, ugh. And then I was getting texts at the same time. So about halfway through, when we were talking about the motor in the Galaxy, I just kind of fumbled and like blanked out for a second because I'm thinking of a text, and I hit a wall. But then towards the end, I caught my second wind, and we came back. It was cool. It was fun.
That's good.
Yeah. There's like 4 of them that are there that give you the interview, and so it was different. They got like a little place in Culver City that I went to, and had to drive down the 405 to get there. That sucks.
I know I was gonna ask right now, how was that? But
I was like, can't I just call in? That's what people do on my show. They just call in.
Call in.
But apparently I had to be there. And it was fun. It was good. It was a good group of guys. And
Gotta show some face.
Got to show some face. I guess I don't know why they don't film it. So,
Oh.
Yeah. so whatever.
Well, we do. So catch us on www.tikilive.com, CRN Digital Talk, and you can see all the funny faces and everything we do. And Bodie's wonderful face, tikilive.com. Check us out, guys.
Yeah. Looks like we got to take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back in the garage. What do we got here? Oh, we got Mike Caudill from the New York Auto Show is going to be joining us this morning, so we get to see what's going on in New York. I mean, I love New York. I've been there a few times, and it's a great place. I just like the feel of it. If I ever had like $1 bazillion or whatever, I'd have one of those badass apartments, like a loft apartment with brick walls and stuff. I always dreamed about it. And I'd build like a mini skate ramp in it. So if I go to the kitchen or something, I just hop on my skateboard and I, do ramps and everything into the kitchen.
That's so cool.
See?
That is. That's a good idea.
Right?
I do slides.
You could have slides. I'd have ramps. What would you have?
I don't know. New York's really not my thing.
Have you ever been there?
No, I don't
Well,
care
see,
to go.
yeah, well, see,
You gotta check it out.
I said the same thing until I went. Oh man, Gallagher's Steakhouse. Oh, and the bars. You would love the bars. There's one on every 10 feet. So.
And they're open until 4, right?
I don't think they closed, to be honest with you. But we could ask Mike.
Yeah.
Is Mike with us right now?
What's going
Mike,
on,
you there?
guys?
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
How are you doing
so
today?
Here's what's funny. Have you ever been to New York? No. That's awesome. You ever been to New York? You like it? Oh, it's not my thing. Well, have you ever been there? No.
No.
I can tell without being there. It's not.
No. Now, Mike, I know Mitchell likes to have a drink every now and then, and I'll tell you what. I think I made it to maybe. I didn't even make it to a fraction of the bars that are in New York, and because like I said, am I right? There's like one every 10 feet.
There's one every 10 feet, and ironically enough, guys, I live in the LA area, so I spend a lot of time. I actually live out in Temecula, man. I live out in the wine.
Oh man, what the heck is going on here, Mike?
I've been doing this auto gig my whole life, so I was in Chicago for the show. I'm literally staring out one of those condo-type hotels right now, staring into the city, and literally looking at the Empire State Building. Cars are my
dude,
passion.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah. You were on with Matt Farah last night, so I heard you say you hit your second wall. Now, I got up at 2:50 a.m. New York time, and being from California, that was midnight, and so I not only hit my wall, but I hit my third and fourth wall, my fifth wall, and I'm out on my sixth wind.
Oh man, what's the weather like there right now?
Well, I got in on Sunday. The weather was beautiful, crystal clear, about 35 degrees, which for us is cold. But yesterday we got a little sleet, little snow, and then it immediately burned off. And right now, blue skies, beautiful out, light little haze, but it's probably 60 degrees, 50, 60 degrees out right now. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Very cool. And I was describing my dream apartment or my loft if I ever lived there, and I forgot to say that I'd have at least 3 or 4 cars parked in corners as well. You know what I mean? A couple bikes. That's how I picture living in New York. You know what I mean?
I'm not only a car guy, but I'm a motorcycle guy. So for me, in this city, although you can't lane split, riding a motorcycle in New York, if you've ridden one and and you're aware, it's fun. West Side Highway, all the way down the island, it's a great ride. But you gotta have. I wouldn't have a car if I lived in the city. To pay $700 a month in storage fee for that vehicle is not going to make a whole lot of sense when everybody uses the transportation system. Your public transportation is incredible, absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And but it's crazy. Like, you don't want to own a car there. It was the craziest thing I ever saw when we were taking taxis, or we did have a rental car and we were going around, and they take your rental car and it goes into this big giant elevator and it disappears. And apparently it gets all shuffled around in these it goes 100 stories up, and it's into these weird parking areas. It's just crazy. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah,
Never knew anything existed like that. So tell us a little bit about the New York Auto Show.
Yeah, so I've been here for a few days. Today was the first day of media days, and there's just I heard you talking about the Galaxy before. I got on a little bit early and had a chance to listen to you talking about your chat last night with Matt, and you're obviously a car guy, and the auto shows have changed over the years. It used to be cars on carpet. That was the saying. And, here in New York, and the same thing in L.A., Detroit, Chicago, it's the same thing. We're seeing this transition in the industry from not just cars on carpet, but to this incredible technology that is in vehicles. And, there are 3 or 4 vehicles I'll talk to you guys about today that have technology. I'll talk to you guys about some of the new concepts that were debuted. There's so much to talk about, and I told your guy on the phone here a minute ago, I got all the time in the world. I'm happy to chat with you as long or as short as you want. So,
we're always looking for somebody that burns up time for us. Trust me. That's awesome. And it's funny that you said that about the technology, because that's I answered questions. They had people write in on Facebook last night while I was there on the interview with Matt Farrett, and that was one of the questions. Where do you see the industry going? Do you see the technology, growing more and more, and then people continuing to put it into the old cars, or are we going back to the carburetor? And
No.
to me, the way I answered
not.
it was, I believe it's all going forward with the technology, and if you can make these things ride and handle like a new car and feel like you're driving a new car, that's like the ultimate goal,
Yeah, totally, and that's what you're going to see. So there's two different. There's the technology of what's under the hood, and then there's the actual, telematics and M2M or machine to machine or M to M as in mobile to machine technology. So yeah, going to back to what you said a minute ago, and you were talking, Matt, about motors last night when you kind of hit your wall. Well, I mean, here's kind of something interesting. The Lincoln Continental concept was launched last night. It's been more than a decade.
Yeah.
It went away in 2002. It's back. It was a world debut. It's got a beautiful front, beautiful rear. But what's really interesting is that, Ford Motor Company is going to build in a motor that'll be based on their EcoBoost platform. So, what does that mean? It means they're going to be able to get more horsepower for a smaller displacement motor because they're putting turbochargers on it.
Sure.
That's kind of where automakers are going. They'll use an EcoBoost on that. The same thing with, did you guys have a chance to look at the Cadillac CT6 that was launched last night in Brooklyn?
No, I haven't seen that. I'm looking at the Lincoln right now, though. I saw the Lincoln. So, really, is that pretty cool?
I stood literally 3 feet in front of it all day today, and was doing interviews and stuff like that for my role here. But between the Lincoln Continental concept, Venetian leather interior and all this fun stuff, the Cadillac is also. I mean, that's probably the biggest showstopper. 3-liter twin turbo, producing 400 horsepower, but going back to our technology discussion a minute ago, here's what's really unique about the CT6 and what I take away from it is that you have a vehicle that's the size of a BMW 7 Series, but it's lighter than a BMW 5 Series. That's where the technology. Yeah, that's where the technology is going.
And I see that too. It's going into a lot lighter. They're trying to take away the weight to make it go faster and. Yeah, but hey, I'm getting a little confused because I'm hearing the music, and we got to take a break real quick. So can you hang on for just 1 second, Mike?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. We'll be right back after these words. Welcome back to In the Garage. If you're just joining us, we got Mike Caudill from the New York Auto Show joining us. Check out the auto show. Go to www.autoshowny.com and check out Michael at michaelcaudill.com. That's MichaelCaudill.com. Check him out, and this guy knows just about everything there is to know about a car. It sounds like he's really on top of it because to know what came out and got presented last night or is out on the media already, that's pretty good because I'm trying to figure out where my shoes are.
They're right there.
Oh, they're on my feet. Okay. Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome. They're right there.
Oh, man. So tell us more. Sorry to interrupt you. Those breaks come up pretty quick, and I wasn't really hearing the music. So, so keep going. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, so I'll roll you through a few vehicles. If you guys want to hear my TV voice, I can give it to you. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah,
love
please.
it.
Let's hear it.
I can give you the TV voice. It's a lot of fun. Hey, we're taking you behind the scenes here at the 2015 New York International Auto Show, where there are more than 60 vehicles being debuted, and this one right here is one that we'll want to take a minute and look at. It's the all-new 2016 Ford Focus RS. What do you guys think? Is that good?
Dude, that is awesome.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That is awesome. You could keep
Well, let me
going
tell
through
you
the
about
whole
it.
show. We'll just sit here
Let me tell you about
fascinated.
I know. Let me tell you about it because it's actually, you're going to dig this, especially with the Fast and Furious coming out this Friday. The all-new Ford Focus actually is a North American debut, and it's all-wheel drive. And as you know, the Ford Focus has been over in Europe in this performance edition, and everybody in the U.S. has been saying, bring it here. So they are bringing it, and they're bringing it with this really cool new technology on it called drift mode. And if you know Fast and Furious and the history behind it, basically inside this car you push this drift mode button, and it turns off or deactivates the all-wheel drive and allows you through torque vectoring to drift this vehicle into a curve. So pretty cool. Of course, 2-liter EcoBoost, 315 horsepower. Again, there's that small motor EcoBoost, which you see a 2.3, 315 horsepower.
Wow. Yeah, that's what else we talked about last night on the Matt Farah show was, are they going to be getting rid of the V8 altogether, and doing the EcoBoost, and am I going to be putting it in cars, or would I, have a problem putting it in cars? And I mean, I told them I'll do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, it just, I living in Temecula, and I kind of live out in the country, and everyone's asked me this, oh, what do you drive? And, I've driven a lot of different vehicles over the last few years, but, one that I actually enjoy driving the most on the weekend is a Ford F-250 Super Duty. I just enjoy that thing.
There you go.
It's a big diesel motor, and it's a 6.7 liter, and it's definitely not helping me on fuel efficiency, but, it's each their own, and that's what I bring to the industry, and I appreciate you guys having me on, is that I'm a lifestyle car guy. I happen to know about the nuts and bolts, but I'm a car guy at heart. So when we talk about the technology earlier, I'll throw 4 really cool pieces of performance-based technology that you'll really dig. Okay, so the 2016 Jaguar XK or XF that was launched here at the show, it's a North American debut. The supercharged 380 horsepower V6. But check this out. It's got something inside called intelligent speed limiter. And this will actually identify when you're driving through a construction or school zone that the miles per hour has decreased, and it will actually adjust the vehicle's speed for you. You know how it is going to one of these school zones and the cop's sitting there on the corner and he stops you? Well, the camera will detect that, and it will say, hey, man, slow down, and it will actually slow the vehicle for you. Now, that's in the Jag. The
that's
Chevy
crazy.
Malibu. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead. That's just crazy.
Yeah. So the Chevy Malibu has something called a teen driver system. And actually, if your kid's out driving the all-new 2016 Chevy Malibu, and that's, of course, the 9th generation of the Malibu. And, it's larger by 4 inches. Of course, it's lighter by 300 pounds. But the teen driver system actually will alert the parent at home via text when their child is driving erratically.
Man, I would have been busted. I would have been. I would have been getting phone calls left and right. Right. Well, before you start talking about the next one, it looks like we're coming up on another break. But yeah, that's crazy. We all would have been busted, right?
My cousin got busted for that recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Just recently?
Yeah.
That's insane. But your phone rings. Oh my God! Come on, Mom. I was just driving on the sidewalk. Come on, give me a break. I'm a kid. I'm 16 years old. That's what I'm supposed to do. Anyways, we got to take a break, and we'll be right back after these words, so hang in there. Welcome back to In the Garage. And, we're talking about the New York Auto Show and all the new cool stuff going on there. We were just looking at the concept cars, Mike, that are going on there. It's always fun to look at the concept cars. You know what I mean? You there, Mike? Did we lose Mike? I think we lost Mike.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
I'm here. Hey, all right.
I'm here. I was answering emails. Where am I?
I was looking for my 5th win. I was like, hey, we started the conversation with bars on the corner. I'm like, hey, can somebody bring me a scotch, please? Wait a minute. We're talking about cars and alcohol. That doesn't mix, right?
Well, it doesn't mix, but I mean, you need a car to get to the bar, so I guess then you got to find a car's got to take you home or something. You know what I mean?
Well,
so you're not supposed to be driving.
I put you on mute. I just got back to the hotel room and I put you on mute, and I've got to transition into what I got to do tomorrow. So I put you on mute, and I'm it's like I've hit that second and third wall, and we were talking about drowsy. Well, I mean, we can go right back into the auto stuff. So check this out. Tomorrow, Nissan's going to be making some big news about their anti-drowsy, their anti-drowsy technology. So, I mean, like we all know, you feel tired driving home at the end of the day. You get behind the wheel. You get that kind of I want to doze off feeling. Well, they're introducing something called Driver Attention Alert, and it's basically a camera. It's an amber cup that's mounted inside your vehicle in the instrument cluster. So it'll analyze your driver tendencies, and if it detects that you're starting to slide left or right, or your eyes are starting to take longer pauses, it will actually put out an audible alert And you think about it. I mean,
my
1 in 5
God.
accidents on the road today, 1 in 5 fatalities behind the wheel are a result of drowsy driving. So, big step by Nissan.
That is crazy. That's like, I'm going to have to start adding that in our old cars here. That's cool. Yeah, check it out. My car detects when you are drowsy, and not only does it detect it, but it's going to let you take a nap, and it'll find its way home. So don't worry about it. It's all good. I got you covered.
Exactly, right? That's exactly what you want to happen. You mentioned
that's
concepts
great.
a minute ago. You'd mentioned concepts a minute ago.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time this morning with the all-new Infiniti QX30 concept, and that made a debut, of course, here in New York, and it's you're starting to see more of these crossover coupes come into the market, and this one happens to, have that kind of sportiness of a sedan, but the functionality and utility of like a hatch and an SUV. And I heard, and you're kind of hearing this first from me, it's not in their press materials, but the concept vehicle is the actual vehicle that will come to market next year. And
wow.
Take a look at it. Yeah, they also Infiniti. They also announced today their QX50, which has been on the market. It's North American debut, and they have similar looking vehicles within their arsenal, but same theme: longer, lighter, grows by 4 inches, increases cargo capacity up to 7 cubic feet. So Infiniti doing some truly cool things here at the show as well.
And it's a nice looking car. I'm looking at it right now. It's like silver, and it's it's got some nice lines on it. I like that.
Do either of you wear a smartwatch?
No, we're not that high tech here. We're still
Not yet.
We're still stuck in the 50s.
So Hyundai, as part of the 2016 Hyundai Tucson launch, which is another debut here in New York, they have a smartphone integration, it's a smartphone and smartwatch integration where you can turn the car on and off as a result of utilizing your watch.
Wow.
So very cool. New interior,
cool.
new exterior, increased MPG and fuel efficiency. Most of these cars are now coming with lane departure warning technology, blind spot, backup warning, and more.
That is crazy. And do you find that they're going to be do more integrating in the future with with your iPhone, and more capabilities that'll match your car, and they're going to be coming out with more of that, aren't they?
Do we have a whole nother hour to talk about telematics?
Yeah.
I can tell you anything you guys want to know about telematics. It's one of the I happen to just in the industry I've spent a lot of time working with companies that do all the telematics, and that's that big square ahead unit in the vehicle, and the answer is yes. You're going to be able to, and you already can access Twitter, Stitcher, and other various forms of smartphone connectivity in your vehicle. And 4G LTE is becoming kind of mainstay in vehicles as well. We'll talk tomorrow about the all-new Chevy Spark, but I mean, here you have a sub $15,000 entry-level vehicle where you'll have an option for 4G LTE.
Jeez, oh man, that's just crazy. Because now, my mind starts to wander because we put in the new technologies in these older cars and stuff, and a lot of it hasn't been perfected yet. Like we've installed the key fobs and the push button, and so it turns the car on when you're walking towards it with the key fob in your pocket and stuff like that. And we've had we've had some success with it, but other times it's, in these older cars, when you park them, the battery goes dead, and it's we've had it to where if they didn't turn the switch off, the battery goes dead. You turn it back on, and then you got to relearn everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so I'm hoping that gets better down the line, because it seems there's like a line between the new cars and having all of this technology in a new car, and then the aftermarket stuff. The aftermarket stuff doesn't seem to work as well, and in trying to convey that to the customer and saying, yeah, we could do that, but this is what we have to do to make it work, and sometimes it doesn't always work, and they're kind of like, huh? So I'm paying this much money for this technology.
Here's a really good point. And Matt's a big aftermarket guy. And here's a really good point that you just brought up. And I'll kind of hammer this one. The auto industry. You used to go to SEMA in Las Vegas, and I've been going to that for a good 15, 20 years. You go to SEMA, and it's all about what the companies do to the car after the consumer buys the car. But that's
Hey,
not
Mike,
the case
hold on to that thought right there. I got it.
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt you, but I got to take another break. So hold on to
Right.
that, and we'll continue that right when we come back. Thanks, man. Welcome back in the garage. Sorry to cut you off there, Mike. Those breaks come up really quick.
It's all good. It's all good. I promise I'm here this time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to say, before the break, I was going to say, you can go ahead and put us on mute, and you can take care of all your other stuff. So please, continue your story before we interrupted you.
No, I was just, all I was saying is that there used to be a day when you'd go to something like SEMA, and when you go to SEMA, it's all about companies that do things after the consumer buys the vehicle. So they put on big wheels, tires, suspension, turbos, superchargers. They do that stuff after the fact.
Yeah.
But now, like the Ford Focus RS, I mean, what a great example. This thing is a race car. The all-new Cadillac CTS-V, that's another one. 648 horsepower, 6.2-liter V8. And inside the vehicle, the instrument cluster allows you to turn it into a track mode and capture your time attack time. So,
wow.
These cars of the future they're built by the manufacturer and their partners to create, the performance vehicle we're all looking for.
Yeah. Why do you think it is, though, in the aftermarket world, when you do buy something like the key fob or the push-button start, there's issues? It's not like when you buy a new car. You know what I mean?
I would say that, in my experience is mostly older technology. So if you're going to do a key fob to your car, the chances are pretty good that you're going to have to hook up you're going to have to connect to your OBD2 port. So you plug in your OBD2 sensor into this port under your dash, and you're now dealing with a second and third layer of connectivity to that vehicle. So an automaker will design a key fob, and that key fob will be designed specifically for that vehicle, and it will interact with a receiver that will accept that key fob. Well, when you buy aftermarket stuff, they'll either do it via the battery or they'll do it via an OBD2 port. And if they do it via the battery, you still got to deal with something that has to connect with a vehicle that's not used to being connected to. That's the simple answer.
Yeah, and then that's where the battery draw comes in, and putting in a disconnect switch for these things, because they do draw power when the vehicle's just sitting there. So, these are questions we have to answer all the time too, because people come in here and they spend a lot of money for us to build a car, and they want all this stuff, and it's like you got to tell them you got to turn your battery switch off, and they're like, huh? Well, I don't have a battery switch on my new car. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. And basically, we have to describe what you just described, and that's the way it goes, until we come up with some new technology. Or if you want to pay me $1 billion, I'll sit here and I'll engineer a car and design it like you just said, where it's all integrated and, works off of one system. Yeah,
exactly. And I mean, at the end of the day, it also becomes more affordable now for the automaker to do it on their own. They do it on their own, it's more affordable. And when it's more affordable for the automaker to do it on their own, it now becomes more affordable for the consumer to actually buy that car.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. That's the other thing, too, is, we just did an estimate for a car, and, it's a one-of. It's crazy. It's got all the modern technologies in it, and this person had an Aston Martin, a brand new Aston Martin, and they wanted the interior of a 69 Mustang to resemble it, and they wanted upgraded, dash and gauges, and, they wanted it completely changed, and they wanted to feel like a brand new car inside. And so I gave them the estimate, and they were like, wow, this is more than my Aston Martin. And it's like, well, this isn't a production line. This is a one-of car. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're
totally.
We're re-engineering it, redesigning it, and we're hand making all this stuff, and we got to make it all talk to each other, and all the components got to talk to each other by the time we're done, so that you can get in it and drive it, and it's a comfortable car. And that's totally. A lot of work. And I tell them, I said, geez, I said, you don't understand what like Ford or Chevy or whoever does, the amount of money and time that goes into engineering a new vehicle each year is the money that goes into it's astronomical.
Product planning takes 3 years in the auto industry to get a vehicle from concept into production, and that concept vehicle like that Infinity that you see there at the auto show, that's a couple $1 million just for that right there, And to get it down
That's
to
it.
$32,000, it's got to go through product planning and decontenting, and by the time it comes to market, instead of 20-inch, big fat 5-spoke 20-inch wheels, it's got 50.
Yep. Yeah.
So
That's so true. So so when tell me a little bit more about the New York Auto Show. What's the dates on it? And,
yeah, it starts this Friday. It's $16 for anybody to come on down. It's a great family show, and just a little history on it. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but the New York International Auto Show is the oldest auto show in the country. Started exactly in 1900, and
Wow.
just about 1,000 vehicles on the floor. It's a great place to come visit.
God, I'd love to. Where's it being held?
Javits, over at the Javits Convention Center, right here in the city.
Gotcha. So now, is that where you're from originally, is New York?
Oh, no. Nope, grew up in San
Oh.
Francisco. My man grew up in San Francisco. I'm a Bay Area kid, but and went to Humboldt State. I've always lived in California. And
Wow,
moved down.
okay.
Yeah, I'm a California kid, and then moved to L.A., of course, to follow a girl. And
Oh,
did that,
of
and
course.
then stayed. Yeah, and then stayed.
Gotcha. There you go. All right. Well, hey, we got to take another break, and then when we come back, we'll let you go. I know you're a busy guy. Plus, we're coming to the end of the show. It was this has been a great topic, and it was good talking to you, getting all this latest technology. Check out the Auto Show New York. That's autoshowny.com. Check them out, and if you're in New York, go check it out. Right?
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. Is this the last segment? It's the last segment. All right, Mike. Well, man, I want to thank you for joining us, and seriously, check it out, www.autoshowny.com. Check them out. Check out Michael as well. That's www.michaelcaudill. And I'm saying it right, Mike, right?
Yeah, it's Caudill.
Perfect.
Everyone
Okay.
sounds like
You're like
fine.
me. They call me Bodie, Body. I
Yeah.
did it all. So the same
Yeah.
thing. So check him out as well. And, I want to thank you for joining us. I want to have you on more because you sound
I'd
like
love
you're
to.
just
I'm in your
book
area,
full
man.
of information.
I live in your neck of the
Yeah.
woods.
Dude, you got to come by. Seriously. If
I
you're ever
will.
going by, and if you're going from Temecula to San Francisco, I'm on the way. So
We'll do
please
it.
stop by. And
planned.
good luck with the auto show, and keep in touch, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
You too. All right, cool. Well, there you go. That was a quick show. You have a lot of information. Whoa. We got music coming back. Yeah, it's gone. What's going
It's a
on?
teeter, April Fool's.
That was it. Yeah, April Fools. Show's not over. Oh, shoot. Okay, so that was cool. Yeah, Mike sounds
Yeah.
like a pretty good guy, and it sounds like he's got a lot going on. Boy,
Our new friend Mike.
our new friend Mike.
From
Yes,
Temecula.
and it sounds like if we need any technical or new technology questions, that's the guy we call because he seems to have all the answers.
It's so cool. My boyfriend just got a new 2015 Silverado,
Really?
and it's the coolest thing ever. Like, he has an app where he can just turn his car on from the app on his phone.
Really?
Yeah. Anything he wants to turn on, he just has it on his phone. He double clicks on the alarm and it turns his car on automatically, and
Does yours do that?
he has
Mitchell?
the screen there in
Mitchell can
front,
do that, too.
and then he has it on the dashboard, like right in front of him. He could change the channel of the radio or whatever, just right in front of him instead of the screen on the side.
That's crazy.
It
Can
is
you
the
do that?
coolest
yeah,
thing
that's what Mitchell's
ever.
truck does too.
You have a 2015?
It's
Yes.
a 14, but it still does all that.
It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Wow. Not mine.
So,
Oh well. Mine's a 13, so I guess it was the year before all that came out. So
It
whatever.
must have been.
But you know what? I'm okay with it because I'm not that technology guy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I like using my knob to turn up the radio. You know?
Well, yeah. Well, then I get back to my car, and I got to roll the windows
That's a
down
whole
my
different story.
and
That's
Yeah.
funny.
so I go from like this brand new 2015, and then I see my car. Like, I gotta go home in my little
Man, that sucks.
94.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool.
good on gas,
There you go.
right?
It's good on gas. Me, and like I said, I'm a simple guy, and I could deal with roll up. I don't know. That's pretty
That's- that's-
I'm a little bit further along.
Hey,
than
that's
you,
why
I
my
think.
arms look good.
Oh, okay. Lots of window.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
you.
You want an arm workout? Get a car with the windows.
The window
rolled
cranks.
down.
Wow. Okay, is that the music already?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
already coming up.
Wow.
End
All
of the
right. Well,
show.
cool. Well, check out the auto show in New York. That's autoshowny.com. As always, thank you, Steel Rubber Products, for sponsoring the show. Check them out, steelrubber.com, and magnaflow.com. Check them out. You want a nice sounding exhaust for your car, stainless steel, lasts forever. Check them out. And what else you got to say there, Nikki?
Watch us live from BS Industries on tikilive.com. I think that's the coolest thing ever, to be able to see us and all the funny things we do and say. And
Yeah.
listen to us every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on crntalk.com.
Have a good week, everybody.
See you next week, because you're always welcome in the garage with Bodie Stroud. Presented by Steel Rubber Products. www.steelrubber.com on CRN Digital Talk Radio. www.crntalk.com.